welcome to a very special episode, I guess. So today we're going to be covering something that will affect my business. Maybe not as much, but no one's really talking about this and there's a lot of misinformation. So we're going to get into what is about to happen August 29th, 2025 with this new initiative put down by President Trump, removing the $800 US de minimis that Americans have enjoyed for, I don't actually know, a long time. So let's just get into it. I don't want to waste any time. I'm not going to get political. I love my American friends and, I was born and raised in Canada, but it is what it is. So in Canada, we've had a $20 de minimis, which means, I order an action figure. I've ordered $80 action figures and paid like $40 import fees before. It's kind of up to the border officer and if they want to or not. I've heard people say Canada Post doesn't do it, whatever. They all do it. And then brokerage fees are a different thing that's usually charged by FedEx and UPS that are complete garbage bullshit. That's pretty much an administrative fee that they charge you to figure out the customs. You don't actually have to pay brokerage fees. You can go down to your CBSA office and work that out. I turned an $80 brokerage fee into a $12 fee once. So anyways, Canada's always got the shaft with that. I don't really order much stuff from America because we just get killed on import fees. So it is what it is. So the big thing that's happening is in America, there's an $800 de minimis in place, which means any imported item from another country, made in China, made in Canada, made in Uruguay, whatever, anything under 800 US is exempt, not tax exempt, but exempt from any type of import fees and tariffs. Apparently, import fees and tariffs are kind of interchangeable. Like, again, I'm not an expert on this stuff, but this is what I've gathered by watching stuff. So anyways, that is now removed on the 29th of August. A lot of Americans don't know this. Like, for instance, Canada Post is not shipping to the States right now because there's currently no infrastructure in place to collect import fees with USPS. And Canada Post just turned it off. So what does that mean for selling comic books? Well, here's the weird part is comic books are a US product, especially, there's the odd comic maybe printed in Canada. I know, I think some of those Dragon Ball Z ones, or there's also some Barbie stuff that says made in Canada on them. But for the most part, comics are made in the States, especially once they're encapsulated. As far as I'm concerned, once it's encapsulated at CGC in Florida, that is a US product through and through, even if it was a Canadian book before. But there might be some nuance to that, but that's kind of how I'm going by it. So technically, there should be no import fees. So just because country of origin is all that matters, just because I ship a comic from Canada doesn't mean there's going to be import fees because it is a US product, right? US product being resold to the States. So it depends on the HS codes. So the HS code for comics is 4902.90.00, and then there's 10 and 20 that could be at the end there. I think it's technically 20. So, and CUSMA or USMCA, so United States, Mexico, and Canada, we have a trade agreement. And according to this, I'll put it on the screen, you can see duty rate should be 0. These are tax exempt. So there's a lot of people losing their minds in Canada about this. But as far as I know, it should be business as usual for us. It's going to be some growing pains. I'm just going to leave my eBay store on and kind of figure it out as it goes. I might have to give refunds or whatever, but just like, there's a lot of people like, I'm not going to sell to the Americans anymore because Trump. It's like, so you're going to shoot yourself in the foot to spite him. You need to do what you need to do in life to keep moving forward. The only inevitability is change. So I just wanted to give some, unbiased information on this. So Chit Chats is the one that I use. I watched their hour-long AMA they did on Friday there. So yes, if you sell certain things, even if they are American goods, you're still going to be taxed 35% tariff. So the difference now is because there's no infrastructure to accept or to collect these fees, then we're going to have to pay up front. So me as a seller, It's DDU, delivery, I don't know. Anyways, so I'm going to have to pay whatever tariff fee up front. So if it was 35% of an $800 sale, we're talking a lot of money. If it's, I think it's just going to be an administrative fee of $2. So I'm just going to pretty much keep my shipping the same. In Canada, we just have to kind of eat a lot of crap with shipping. And I've gotten, you know, I have like good reviews, but I've gotten the only non-5-star things I've gotten is shipping prices. You guys understand how hard it is to keep shipping competitive when you're not in America? It's not easy. So I don't exactly know what's going to go on in the next couple days. I hope we can figure it out pretty quickly. eBay has said they're going to have a global shipping program in place for Canada. But let me cut you in on something. This Mortal Kombat here ended up getting lost in the global shipping. It was the worst thing that ever happened to me. The guy got refunded and I eventually got the thing, but I had to call those guys 20, 30 times. I think someone tried to keep it. Global shipping program is the worst thing ever. I will not order anything from eBay if it has global shipping on it because it takes like an extra month. It's just horrible, horrible. So I will never send anything high value through those guys. But you know, you guys can do what you want. I just do chit chats. I don't go through the back end of eBay or any of that stuff for any of my shipping. I've always charged a flat rate. So anyways, to my American friends, please don't turn your back on Canadians. We're still going to, you know, we need to keep trade going, you know, need to keep the lights on. It is what it is. I understand, I guess, why they're doing it. I don't like it. I would be extremely mad if I was an American right now because you guys have had the gravy train rolling. $800 de minimis? You can order whatever you want from any country and not pay tariffs. And now it's down to, I don't even know if you guys have any de minimis now or if that's going to come back or if he's going to rescind any of this before the 29th. And probably not, though. This is probably the new normal. So anyways, put any questions down below. Hopefully I added some clarification for anybody that was wondering about this stuff. And hopefully I was correct. Again, this is not my, like this is my business comics, but you know, shipping and logistics isn't. So I'm just kind of reiterating knowledge. No one's really done a video about comics, so I thought I'd try and help people out. And if you think I'm stupid and I didn't help you out, thanks for coming anyways. There's the door. See you all later, and welcome to the new world.